How is it going, everyone? Welcome to episode 2 of Don't Panic. So I really wasn't planning on filming or recording a podcast. I have yet to upload any of the videos. Still trying to develop the YouTube channel. Hold your horses! But yeah, eventually the videos will pop up. I might use them as TikTok fodder, you know. Now I got this new setup. This is going to be my setup until I get the studio built, which I kind of like this. I really do. There's a window. So if I am filming during the daytime, and I've just realized that the camera is not perpendicular. It's not perfect, but you know what? Nothing is. I'm fine with that. I'm really fine with that. Got my laptop right here. I'll definitely look at some new stuff. Yeah. I need a soundboard. I need sound effects. That's one thing that I realized that I need with the podcast, for sure. One thing I wanted to address, though, is that there is this community that I'm a part of. We have a lot of different names. Sometimes it's the Toxic Avengers, the Guardians of Accountability, some guy that is new to the crew. Cannot remember your name off the top of my head. I am so sorry. The Justin League, but that sounded too furic, you know? Sounded too self-absorbed, and it's not about one person, it's about the team. But we have gotten into some drama. So there was a person that was involved in all of this, involved in like calling out toxic and double standard behaviors, as it were. And this person turns out to be a problem. I'm getting some things set up, talking to some people involved. And maybe the person that is in the center, the eye of the storm of this drama. Now, I want to make this perfectly clear. I think anyone can be redeemed if they're truly sorry. And there is a lot of excuses being made, a lot of backtracking, taking back the apology, and all these certain things. And let me just say this, like without going into much detail, I want the person involved to speak for themselves, and the people that have been involved with that person speak for themselves. But ultimately, what this is, it's someone was lied on. That's what it was. Someone got lied on, and the lie was so detrimental that it could have ruined this person's life. Now, when you do that to someone, I think that when it comes to any issues that involves their gender, you should shut the fuck up. You should never, ever talk about men's issues. And now this is without, again, trying to be as vague as possible, not going into much detail until I do the interview. It's a woman who lied on a man. Now, that's one of the biggest fears that men face when it comes to women. Women can't really physically hurt us. You know, maybe with a baseball bat, maybe with a weapon, maybe with a knife, catch us when we're sleeping. But they can hurt us when they catch us off guard. But one of the main things that men fear when it comes to women is them lying. Why would a woman lie? Many reasons. Why does anyone lie? That's like the dumbest question I've ever been asked. Well, why would she lie about that? Why does anyone lie? Huh? Self-preservation, revenge, hate. There's 3 right there. And I'm not even that smart. And I stutter a lot like a bitch. Yeah, there's reasons women lie about being victims, right? They could like the attention. They feel like they didn't get what they wanted in a situation, and when they feel hurt, they want to hurt the person that did not give them what they want. A plethora of reasons, and this person definitely lied, and I can say that without a shadow of a doubt, because they admitted that they lied. I'm drinking Twisted Tea Blackberry. I'm not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor me, I live that Twisted Tea life. Now listen to me sip. That's not the only thing I slurp on. It sounded very homoerotic. Anyways, it's a weird situation, right? Because I do like this person. I like the person that's involved in this, that was caught in a lie. But the thing is, with our group, the non-toxic Avengers, we hold people accountable, right? We call out double standard, hypocritical ways of thinking. And we would be hypocrites ourselves if we did not handle our members the same way that we would handle anyone else. And in situations like that, there's no way that you can sugarcoat it, because if you sugarcoat someone's behaviors when they are not doing the right thing, what it does is it enables their behavior, right? And all of us, all this group, we love each other, all of us. We look out for each other. But if we're in the wrong in something, we're very quick to call each other out. And it's not because we want to own the other person or get clout or ruin that person's TikTok career. It's like, hey, you're better than this, right? And you cannot speak about certain things if you cause those certain things. I think there's a caveat to that, right? Say if you're a woman who has lied about a man or cheated on a man, and you want to talk about that issue when it comes to men. You can't speak for men or to men about that. What you've done sucks, and you shouldn't be punished for it forever, but you should own it forever. I said that in a TikTok video. What you should do is definitely say, hey, this is what I did. This is why it's wrong. And ladies, this is why you should not do this. And this is what my mindset was, and this is why it's still not excusable. That's the only way you can talk about men's issues when it comes to cheating and being lied on. And a lot of people want to downplay the lying that women do. Nope. Women lie constantly. Not all of them. The same amount of when men lie, but men lie about different things, women lie about different things. But it's a very big deal. To women, if it's not a big deal to you, then you've never been lied on by a man and almost had your life ruined. He may have lied about sleeping with you. That's what I call a bitch. But you've never had a man lie about you and almost ruin your life. And the thing I really want men to know, even young men growing up, young teenage men, definitely keep proof, keep receipts. I'm not talking about filming or recording, but definitely save every single text. If they are going completely psycho on you, record them. I don't care if you live in a single party state or a 2-party state, record them. Just don't threaten to blackmail them. Just keep that recording, and if anything comes forward, you show that. Double check to see if it is legal, even if you don't use it for blackmail reasons. Just double check. But definitely keep receipts. Definitely don't be with a woman alone. Always be in public places. Once you gain her trust and she gains yours, maybe hang out by yourself. Right, but this is the thing. Like, it happens more than people think. Women lying about men. Again, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, why would a woman lie? Well, for hate, for vengeance, feeling like they did not get their way. And women can't hurt you physically that much unless they catch you off guard. If they can't hurt you physically, they will hurt you socially. They will ruin your reputation. Because if they feel like they can't have you, then no one can. And they will make you look terrible to other women. So eventually they can somehow, in their psychotic fucking bitch brain, get you back. Men do this too. It's not a woman exclusive thing. But women have more of a power to ruin a man's reputation through lies. And the reason why they're so effective at it is because they are believed almost always. And that's going away. It needs to go away. It's a shame that it has to go away, but there are too many women that are lying about men for us to automatically believe women anymore. And women want to blame sexism and the patriarchy. No, you need to blame the women that lie. You need to hold them accountable. The woman that I'm talking about right now, currently, with all this drama, she has not taken accountability. And she said she was in a bad mental state. I've been in a lot of bad mental states. I never hurt anybody. I never lied on anyone. I never imposed my affection on someone and got pissed off when they didn't receive it. There is no excuse. There's none. Even if you have a mental disorder, there is no excuse to lie about someone. Especially no excuse to cheat on your partner and abuse your partner. That's a new thing that's happened. That's new information that I have. They abused their partner, and they were separated. But still married, still together. From my understanding, if I got that wrong, please let me know. I know this is very all nonchalant, but it's like, what in the fuck? I'm so desensitized. Learn how to speak and enunciate your words, bitch. I am desensitized to this shit. It happens too often. I'm not shocked by it anymore. Oh, a woman lied about a man and tried to ruin his reputation because he pissed her off? It doesn't shock me anymore. It doesn't. And I get it. There are more serious problems in this world. I'd much rather be cheated on 500 times than ever worry about fighter jets flying over my house and dropping bombs. You know? Appreciate your pain, the pain that you do have, because it could be much worse. But it doesn't make it any less terrible to be lied on. And so Brian Carlson will be on the podcast. We're going to get set up. I'm here to also announce we're not going to talk about this issue. We might. Millennial Spike Lee. He is going to be on the podcast very soon. That's my surprise announcement. I'm definitely going to get more guests on, like Mississippi Mama, Matt Chuley, Leroy, Fair Freedom. I would love to talk to them on the podcast as well. But yeah, that's kind of the situation that's going on in the group right now. And here's the thing, like, guys, if you guys ever see me step over the line, or that I do something to really hurt someone, like with intent, definitely call me out. Hold me accountable. And that's what loving your friends is about. When you have people that you know that will hold you accountable, it kind of steers you in the right direction. And when you resist that love, that correction of bad behavior, when you resist it, you know, it's not going to end up well for you. I get it. I understand when you did something dumb. You did something stupid, and when people bring it to everyone's attention and wants you to be held accountable, there's going to be resistance. You're going to get angry. You have to look past that. And I'm not going to say her name. I'm going to let Brian say her name. Most of you know who I'm talking about, but it's Brian's place to say. I am not very familiar with his situation. Apparently he's dealt with other drama. I'm going to give him as long as he wants, platform to talk about what he's been through. Mainly because TikTok is such a short form way of making content. 3 minutes. And a lot of people don't see the respond videos and the sequel videos to a certain subject because of the algorithm. And the podcast allows a long-form discussion to be had on this topic. And I think it's only fair that I give him that. I give him my platform. And that's literally what the podcast is. It's my platform for sure. But when I have a guest, I want them to stake their case. I want them to talk about what they want to talk about and give them a voice, give them a platform. They could definitely do this themselves for sure, but a lot of people in the group has said that I'm very level-headed. I get very passionate about things, but I'm not crazy. I'm not like I see all the sides. I don't just see one side. I see many different angles of many different topics and issues, and you kind of have to if you want to navigate life, because there's so many different opinions, so many different thought processes. So yeah, I that's what I want the podcast to be. Yeah, we've been on 15 minutes of this topic. So we are going. All right. So we are going to the next topic. Now, this is this story pisses me off. So Indiana pastor admits affair with 16-year-old. As enraged congregation demands truth. Now, this is a very misleading article, mainly because the congregation does not get that mad. So we're going to look at this real quick.
I committed adultery. It was nearly 20 years ago. It continued far too long. It involved one person, and there's been no other, nor any other situations of unbecoming conduct for the last 20 years. I will not use the Bible to defend, protect, deflect my past sin. I have no defense. I committed the adultery. In accordance with our church bylaws, I'm stepping aside, stepping down from ministry responsibilities, and have committed to the Lord and now to you that I will submit to the process and recommendations of this board. If you love us, please let us talk.
For 27 years, I lived in a prison. It was not 20 years. I lived in a prison of lies and shame. Lying to protect the Lowe family. For years, I thought I was a horrible person having suicidal thoughts, not realizing what had been truly done to me. That I was a victim, and I would still be in a prison if my brother, and many of you know him, Edgar Wolf, had not approached me just 2 weeks ago with what he had seen as a teenager that bothered him all these years. His pastor in bed with his younger sister, a t-shirt and underwear on. People knew but were too afraid to come forward, and they have now. The lies and the manipulation have to stop. I was a prisoner, and you kept me in your prison. I'm a prisoner no longer. I was just 16 when you took my virginity on your office floor. Do you remember that? I know you do, and I have plenty of other stories that I could bring to your remembrance. You did things to my teenage body that had never and should have never been done. Don't look at me like that. You know the truth. I know, but you can tell the truth because this is a lie.
I'm letting you tell it.
But you need to tell the truth. You know better than it was.
Listen,
You know
my wife is not just adultery, it's another level when it's a teenager. And I will not let this man talk about my wife like that. It happened for 9 years when she...
First of all, kudos to the husband for not completely decking this fool and facing a charge, which he should never face a charge. I really fully believe any proven pedophile should be killed in the most gruesome way. I know a lot of people say, let him suffer forever. Put him in jail, let him get beat up. Nope. There's people that have been killed and have died that were good people. And he gets to walk around breathing the air that we breathe. No. I got to be very careful with my words here, but I will say this as vague as possible. I hope karma finds him and does what needs to be done.
was 15, 16, the sexual grooming started. And it lasted until she met me and we started dating. This is the truth. This was Bobby's covenant of purity ring, which she wore while this man had sex with her. And she felt ashamed all these years wearing a covenant of purity ring. She felt a lot of shame and guilt. We are working through love and forgiveness. We're working through it. But people have to be held accountable, and they can't just bamboozle people and just say, well, I just committed adultery. It was far beyond adultery. So here's the covenant of purity ring back. I don't want it in my home. We're done.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm going to say a lot. I'm sorry for the people that I love in my life that are very religious. Religion has covered up so much damage, pain, and evil. There are things that happen in churches, and it's just the devil. It's the devil who took control of my body. It's sin. We're not perfect. That's why Jesus died on the cross for our sins. He knew my sin before I even committed it and still died for. Here's the fucking thing. It doesn't matter, even if that was true. Wouldn't you just strive not to do the shitty thing? Because here's the thing. No one's demon possessed. Okay? No one's demon possessed. The devil is not making you do shit. Okay? That is the scapegoat that Christians use, quote unquote Christians, who use it to do terrible, shitty things to people. Oh, God will forgive me, and if you guys don't forgive me, ye without sin cast the first stone, and whatever. I see a lot of good in religion, but with everything that's good, there's always something equally bad. And there's a lot of people that abuse religion in this way. There's about a minute and 15 seconds left. Let's go ahead and get through this. I haven't seen the whole thing.
If you did it, you need to admit it. That's right. 100%.
I told you I committed adultery. I told you that it went on far too long.
Did you do it? That's all we need to know.
Yes, we did it.
You didn't tell them she was 14 years old.
No, at 16.
Sorry, 16.
Oh, hold on. Bitch, that makes it any fucking better. Jesus. It blows my mind that this dude is literally trying to get off easy. And what's terrible is this is in Indiana. The statute of limitation is 5 years. I think. And this is why I urge people to come out sooner. I know it's scary. I know it's something that you are just terrified to deal with. And I'm not trying to minimize that. I'm not. But this monster is not going to face any jail time. And that's why I said I hope karma finds him. Because this guy will serve no jail time. And let me tell you this. Let me just tell you this right now. He did not just do this one time to that one girl. Definitely didn't happen. This has happened to multiple girls. And if this podcast finds you, if this audio clip finds you, please report this guy. I know there's more victims. They don't just stop with one. Monsters like this don't just stop with one. It blows my mind that this still happens. And this is happening in a place where it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen at all, but definitely not in a church. This is why I left my religion. This is why I'm not religious at all. I'm open to the idea of there being a God. And if there is one, may he not have mercy on your soul. May he cast you into the lake of fire and you get butt fucked by the worst demon possible. You're a piece of shit. Apparently, there are people in the congregation actually holding him accountable, but from what I've been told, there are some people that go up and pray for him. We'll discuss that.
Okay, and it was wrong. I can't say it. I can't make it right. I can't make it any better. You know, it's been 20 years. I guess it doesn't count for anything. We loved them. I deeply hurt them. I deeply hurt you. I ask you to forgive me. And that's all I can do.
I have seen a clip of people going up and praying for him. Like, if you let me just tell you this: if you're a believer in Christ, do not condone this behavior, and do not just like wipe it off as like Satan did it. You know, there's a lot of men in churches that get away with this type of behavior because, you know, you use the devil as a scapegoat. Well, I was a victim to sin and temptation and all that shit. No, I think Christians need to step up and be accountable for this type of behavior, and you don't condone it. There's committing adultery, and then there's raping a child. This guy did not commit adultery, okay? He did something that's unforgivable, and that's raping a child. He doesn't deserve forgiveness. There's such thing as unforgivable sins, and it's not just backsliding. It's not just anything like that. There is some things that no matter how much you ask for forgiveness, you'll not be forgave for. If heaven and God and all that exists. This excuse has been used for years by a lot of churches to make excuses for terrible behavior. And I can't even, saying it's terrible is an understatement. This is evil. This is truly, I don't even want to say demonic because that will give him an excuse, but this is monstrous. This is not something that should ever be condoned in the church. And I think women, even though the first part of the podcast, I have said, you know, it is hard to believe. But even if you feel like you won't be believed because of the people that do lie, or for whatever reason you feel like someone's not going to believe you, please just say something. All right, I'm more likely to believe you, even though that there are women that lie. I am more willing and likely to believe you when you come forward about something about this. And I will be on your side until proven otherwise. This guy clearly admitted it. Statute of limitations is up. He won't face any jail time, but I can guarantee you for a fact that there are other girls. And I hope and pray to God that they come forward. Because here's the thing, like, I like to think that I'm an understanding person, but I will never understand this. I'll never understand why people want to go after kids. It blows my mind. This is another reason why I feel like people that lie, I'm not just going to say women, people that lie about victimization, you need to stop. Because whether you believe it or not, or want to acknowledge it, people that lie about this kind of stuff, they're the reason why people don't come forward. Because you lied about it. And this is what the woman that I was talking about at the beginning, we'll discuss this with Brian. This is why what she did was abysmal. Lying about being a victim. Because when it is exposed that she was lying, that casts doubt for any other accusation that comes out. If no one lied about victimization, everyone that was a victim would be believed automatically. And I still err on the side of believing a victim. If a woman comes forward and says, "This is what a man did to me," I will believe them until proof comes out that proves otherwise. I will believe that person. And when I met this person that I was talking about, I did believe them until they told on themselves and things were also exposed. So I will believe you. If you ever feel about lying about victimization, just don't. Just don't. I don't care how mad you are, how upset you are. Don't lie about somebody. Because this woman did not come forward because she probably felt like nobody was going to believe her. And that is because of people who lie about this kind of stuff. They're the ones that cast doubt on accusations like this. This is why I'm so angry and upset when people lie about stuff like this. So please stop lying. And women who have been victims and are being victims currently or in the past, don't worry about the people that lie. Don't worry about them. Come forward anyways. Just come forward. And if people say that you're lying, fuck them. If you're telling the truth, don't be afraid. Do not be afraid to come forward. Don't let the shitty people who lie about this kind of stuff make it to where you don't come forward. Because even though it might hurt to feel like you're not believed, it is best to just stay true to yourself and tell the truth. Because justice, whether it happens in the courts or with karma, everything evens out. The evil do get punished eventually. And it might take years, but eventually it happens. And never stay silent when you're abused. If you are being neglected by anybody, being abused, being a victim, being victimized, always come forward. Always come forward. Yeah, I can't end the podcast like I normally do. Wouldn't seem appropriate. Again, all I can say, if you are a victim, please come forward. Don't allow anyone to make you think otherwise that you can't.